Welcome back to Thionite Plays Xenoblade Chronicles 3. On the last episode, we continued climbing this giant tree in Mac the Wildwood. We need to get up high as we can so we can continue getting close to the castle. We have changed up our plans. We're going to the castle, and we also got some insight into Mio's thought processes about the rapid, well, how fast her time is going. Ticking down, that ticking clock, it's ever present, and it's a concerning thing. We made it to this archaic collapsed tower, and that is something that we did.
Ooh, something's coming down.
There are no elevators, so we have to climb it by foot. Luckily, they have
Mimi?
pre-installed ramps.
I'm sorry I worried you. I'll be okay now.
Yeah, don't worry, Senna. She's got her faculties back together. She can hold on to plates without worry about dropping them anymore. We are going to continue on.
Anybody else feeling curious?
What about the camp that looks like that's over there with some very high-level enemies? I have a feeling we will worry about that. We're not worrying about the sniper Rogel. Well, no, we're not worrying about the sniper Rogel. We are going forth. We are continuing on. I've changed up our little hero. Instead of Juniper, we are traveling with what's-her-face, Izzard. Having a healer who's very good in chain attacks is something that I think will be vitally important coming up, because something's gonna happen this episode. I can feel it in my bones, given the fact that that red story exclamation mark is very, very close to us. Something interesting is going to happen.
Here we are then.
Runo Ruins. Isn't there? There is a chest. I remember correct. I'm going to get this chest because getting loot is an important factor of this game. It will increase your longevity. 4 out of 5 doctors prescribe loot gathering as a meditative technique in this day and age. If you didn't know. The 1 out of the 5 who says, no, you don't want to loot, is the one who's hiding all of the loot. He's like, no, don't take my stuff. But we're going to take his stuff. And we're going to take his stuff after we defeat these squirrels. These AV squawks. I don't expect them to take forever to kill, but I can... Random enemies! I will not make you watch me kill random enemies. I'll be back in a moment.
See if we can keep this up.
Okay, during that fight, we got, like, a class up on 2 people, so... They went up, I think, from like level 6 to level 7 or 7 to 8. What is it? I think it was Tyon and Lands, maybe? 2 people got class ups. We're not going to worry about that overly much. We got our loot, and we are going to continue forth. Because, of course, that is what everyone... No one wants to hear me yammer. No one wants to listen to me. They're like, no, I don't care. I know what's coming up. I want to see it. Let me see the story. I will oblige. I'm not going to fight the squirrel. I will continue. I'm going down this big ramp right now. Everyone is going to be excited. This is a great... You know what? No, I'm not going to say anything more. You're just going to have to be curious and wonder. Yes, technically there's more of them sent out, but like, don't worry about it. I just want the shiny. I love to collect shinies. It's a passion project. I will collect all of the shinies. Every shiny thing that exists, I will get. Lands the Magpie. And Gardo Pass.
What's that sound?
Phoronesis!
I told you life is short, but I didn't mean it like this. Noah, Mio.
That voice? Ethel? Ethel! But then who's the other one?
That one? It's from Agnes, right?
I recognize the crescent moon crest. Kamaravi's piloting that thing.
Kamaravi. That's him. Ethel's sworn rival.
But why? How do they get them to work together?
Flitting like moths to a flame. En's predictions are nothing to be sniffed at. Gotta hand it to him.
Anyone else want to show up?
En.
I'm afraid this is about as far as you go. Terribly sorry, chums.
I know who he is. He's the consul from Colony Zeta. I remember him from a joint operation. Then I guess this one's meant to be from our side then, is she? Never seen her before.
Probably. So the consuls are colluding as well. Something's really starting to smell.
I concur.
I thought that my message to you was crystal clear.
Yes, we heard you.
That's why we're here.
I thought so. I had a hunch that this would be the path the Ouroboros chose to follow.
I don't suppose you'll step aside for us.
Wishful thinking. Give it up.
Well then, we'll do whatever it takes. For the greater good!
Well spoken. Then I say the same to you.
Offseers from Kevis and Agnes. Fate binds us. I bear none of you ill will, but my way demands we fight. Come then, and test your mettle against my lands.
You've got to be joking.
Mother, I'm not testing anything against that. What happened to fighting fair?
We won't get anywhere complaining. Ready yourself, Uni.
Ready, he says. From the moment I chose this muddy path, I've been more than ready.
Ha! Oh, I know.
Then what you say it for, arsehole?
Zip it, guys, get ready! They're here!
Thrown right into the thick of things against two of our most powerful opponents yet. And Ethel and Kamaravi, both of whom are fighting in Pharaoneses. We are going to start off this battle by focusing down on Kamaravi. Believe it or not, Ethel is not the most pressing threat at the moment. No, that belongs to Kamaravi himself, the Aspar, smoldering Kamaravi. We absolutely want to focus on him very much off the bat. So yeah, you can see all of the damage done to our team was done purely by Kamaravi. Kamaravi has 3 arts, I do believe. You might have seen 3 of those arts already. I will describe them more in depth as he does them again. I'm trying to focus on keeping everyone alive. Lots of things are happening in this. Kamaravi is the one who does the statuses, essentially. Most of his attacks inflict the burn debuff, so anytime you notice the characters get a purple health bar, it's because Kamaravi burned them, so that is overtime, HP, suck, yeah. So that one was Heaven's Bloom, I do believe it was called, or Heavenly Fire Blossom or something like that. I wasn't particularly reading it, but it is I believe it's a 2-hit, it's a combo art, so whichever that ends up being the amount, it's a pretty hard-hitting move, and it is an AoE in front of him, so Kamaravi has a bunch of, well, I think he has 2 AoE arts. Either way, they're all the ones in front of him, so you want to genuinely and generally try and stick behind Kamaravi. It will prevent him from dealing the most damage to you. And I believe both Ethel and Kamaravi are heavily resistant to break Heaven's Fire Blossom, or Bloom. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, well, they broke Ethel, so apparently I am incorrect. It might be like around a 60 or a 70% resistance to break, so... Okay, so we can break them, so they're not immune, so that's good. In Conflagration Blade. That is another one of his arts. It's a single target move that also inflicts burn. So that is something to be aware of. Did we topple Kamaravi? Ooh, we dazed him as well. This will be a fantastic time for a chain attack. Let us deal with Kamaravi right off the bat with Izzard. Izzard will make chain attacks very easy to maintain and start building up that damage for. We'll take advantage of Tyon having Ethel's extremely powerful class. We use the Ethel to defeat the Ethel. Because that is exactly what's happening. Tyon is Ethel's class. We are using Ethel's powerful class to destroy the very thing that she built upon. But no, I expect this particular chain attack to be extremely powerful in getting rid of Kamaravi. I expect to be able to defeat him. At level 35, they're both level 35, so considering that we're at level like 37, 36, we are pretty much on point level-wise to take care of this particular battle. As long as you're diligent with your moves and your position and be aware of where you are in space. And I do heavily recommend taking down Kamaravi first, because Evil will take advantage of the fact that you are burned. It is not a smart thing to fight both of them all at once. You definitely want to focus down on one of them. And using Tyon in this particular one, I do recommend, one little thing I do recommend is having Tyon be an attack class that you have at a relatively high level. I think Tyon is level 8 or 7 or 8 in Ethel's class, so it's pretty high up there. So having anyone, Izzard, Noah, Senna, I guess we have to do lands just to get that Ouroboros order. But we are definitely, because Tyon starts with 35 TP points, tactical points, it is easy to get chain attacks going pretty fast with him, especially when you pair him up with someone like Izzard. It's just very easy. As you can see, we're already into the overkill. So if you know what you're doing with the chain attacks, especially with taking advantage of Tyon's naturally high TP, Big Bang Implosion, it's easy enough to get a bunch of damage really quick. But let us get a little bit of healing from everyone. We'll do Senna, Mio, and then we can finish up with Tyon, because now everyone is back up to full, and that is an easy enough victory. Boom. Very powerful, very powerful. A total of 321 for a max damage multiplier of 1,217%. This is fantastic. Hopefully we can get another chain attack against Ethel to get that lovely EXP. Lovely multiplied boss EXP. That is a powerful thing. You definitely want to go for chain attacks to kill your bosses, because not only do you get high damage, 700,000 ones, look at all those level ups, class up, rank up. It's fantastic. So that is Kamaravi defeated. Now we just have to focus down on Ethel. And Ethel's arts, she has 2 arts in particular. Merciless Dance and Tempest Edge. And I do wonder if we will get to see any of them. Merciless Edge is, well, both of her attacks are multi-hit combo attacks. So she'll, like, do really fast flurry of rushes. Oh, and Bright Smash, apparently. Bright Smash is, Bright Smash, if I remember correctly, is either a high damage for a single target or a moderate damage for everyone in front of her. I think it's only one target based on the fact that Uni is the only one that's damaged at the moment. But Merciless Edge and Merciless Dance and Tempest Edge, as you can see with this one, Tempest Edge is a flurry of blows to one target right in front of her. Ethel is very much do a lot of damage, or a moderate amount of damage, in relatively quick succession. Individual hits are not super powerful for her, but when it's a bunch of them all stacked up against each other, then there's potential to not have a good time. Tempest Edge, yep, flurry of rushes, about 200 damage per strike. It's a good thing they were against Ouroboros forms. Hopefully we can get another chain attack going. Oh, broken. That's fantastic. Another merciless dance. Don't have to worry too much about that. Because with 3 healers, I do recommend going into this fight with 3 healers. It's just a relatively good plan. You definitely want to have a more focused, like a balanced, focused party. So like 2 defenders, 2 healers, and 2 attackers. You definitely don't want to have like only 1 healer, because against 2 Feronises, against Ethel and Kamaravi, very much do not recommend trying to fight this with only 1 healer. Oh, we can get this chain attack, and we can absolutely defeat Ethel with just the chain attack. We will do the exact same thing because it worked so phenomenally the first time. We will do Tyon and Izzard, and then we will just rack up that delicious chain attack damage. Very simple stuff. I expect this to be defeated, probably in the next section of the chain attack. So it is very good to do. Chain attacks are your best friend, people. Let's see if we can get Noah's Ouroboros next time. That would be ideal. Yep, and that's the overkill. That is Ethel and Kamaravi defeated with minimal challenges. We had more difficulty from the Hungry Anludes. It just goes to show you that some animals in these worlds are more powerful than you might expect. Ethel, take care of this. And I mean, by Ethel, I do mean Noah. Noah, take care of Ethel by slashing your Xeon sword. We're just slashing at her ankles. If anything, we're just destroying these Feronius' ankles. Hopefully we don't have to get strong-armed into doing Lance and Senna. That would just be inconvenient. I don't want to have another one of their Ouroboros arts. 151. Fantastic. If we had a second party member in this chain attack that we used, it would be good. But we are only using Tyon, because Tyon is an extremely powerful individual. And of course, we're stuck with Lance and Noah. Or, not Lance and Noah, Senna and Lance. If you ask me to get the party members' names correct, I would be like, no, an impossibility. You ask far too much. I will get them confused with one another at every single turn. Tyrant Wave, an extremely powerful art with Noah's sword. 21,000 damage with a single un-Ouroboros form strike. Oh, we get... At least we're not doing Senna's Ouroboros form. At least we have Demon Punisher. Again, we'll just finish this up with Tile. We'll just do Revolution Heads because it's hilarious to do one in this situation. Not really hilarious, but I mean, it's fine either way. We still get like 1,200 damage % from doing this fight, so easy enough. Destroy her, Feronius. This was fantastic. What a good fight. Just wait, though. Just you wait. This is not what I've been building towards this entire time. You just gotta hold your pantaloons for one more moment.
Whoa! How is it so fast? Can't find any way to get inside!
The joints. Their sheer power really is something to behold. Noah. Mio.
No good, eh?
Good coordination. I'd be done for if it weren't for this Feronius.
Thanks for the compliment.
Noah. What is it? I think this is the decider. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, we've got this.
Come on, what are they playing at? Am I crazy? We gave them Veronic's and everything. They had better not be holding back.
You think they might be underestimating us? Us, of all people.
Listen, Ethel's a lost cause. But Kamaravi, we could use him.
Kamaravi? Oh, I get what you're saying. You know, I forgot we even had that option. Now, see the enemy before you. Use every last ounce of strength and grind them to dust.
What's wrong, Kamaravi?
Look, you can see an enemy right there.
Enemy. That is my enemy. 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 Enemy!
Kamaravi, what's wrong with you? Kamaravi! Oh no. The iris. I knew it. Kamaravi!
I am under no one's yoke!
Kamaravi, you really... your own eye.
I will be as they are. I am free!
Free. You're right. We're free. Free! The two of us!
What is she saying? Ethel, what's...
Attend, Ethel.
Yes! Our dream will not perish!
What the snuff's going on? Are the consoles doing this?
No! This is what they want! Absolutely right, Mia! Ethel! Ever since I met you all, I have admired you! Admired us? Your freedom! I bless the fortune I have had in meeting all of you! You have my gratitude!
Gratitude?
This feeling of elation. Liberating. Is it not?
I feel it too, Kamaravi!
What are they fighting each other for? Oh?
I can't believe this. He won't listen to any of my commands.
Ethel! Why in flames do you have to fight each other? We're supposed to be your enemies!
I told you, Noah. Observe. This here is the purpose of my life. Just know, you were the ones who finally opened my eyes.
Stop this! Stop it this instant, Ethel! Kamaravi! In that case...
They're flame clocks!
This is weird. Look at the way the light is moving.
Is that their life force we're seeing?
Have you gone completely insane? You were supposed to kill Ouroboros! So stop this senseless fighting and obliterate those brats! If you don't, I'll take your precious little life and drain it dry.
Did you hear that?
I knew it. So they really can drain their life. Ethel! Kamaravi!
Noah, we have to kill the consoles.
You're right.
It's okay, Noah. It's over for us now.
That's rubbish! Ethel!
This is wrong! All of this is wrong! There's no reason for you to be fighting each other!
You might not understand now. But someday you will. This is what both of us want.
How can any of this be what you want? You're both gonna die!
What we leave you is more important. All our aspirations. You must keep them in your hearts. You must take them. Make it all mean something. You have to live. You must live on. Here I come! Kamaravi!
Let us cross blades.
One last time!
Well, didn't they come in handy? What was En thinking, picking those reckless hotheads?
Good grief. Looks like we're just gonna have to wipe out this lot ourselves.
You scumbags!
Fine then. I did expect something like this. Time for plan B. Interlinking. You've been blessed with quite the talent. You feel special? What now? I do hate to burst your bubble, but I'm afraid it's not just an Ouroboros thing. Oh?
I'm ready when you are. Ha!
Then, shall we?
Moebius.
Now, feast your eyes.
Ugh, can't unsee.
Do try to curb your disgust, you dirty pleb. Ha! We'll have you know that this is the true form of Interlink. Yes! The form in which two worlds become one. A far more refined form than this half-assed one you've stumbled upon. Look upon us and tremble before perfection. You'll writhe in agony before we... Ah!
Mia?
Stop!
Stop?
Stop toying with everyone's lives! What did they ever do to you? Why? All they wanted was their wish to be realized. You turned everything into a game, cast them away like dolls. These are our lives here. They're not some toys you can just play with. Mimi's right. I've got no idea who you truly are, though I hate to admit it. However, I do know one thing. You guys really make my sparks fly. You there, in the back, feeling lonely because you haven't been punched yet? You better enjoy that while it lasts, because I'm about to rearrange both your mugs.
Usually, I'm not one for outward displays of emotion. But not today!
Noah, you better not stop us! Oh, believe me, I won't. You make me laugh. Us, half-assed. Our conviction has never been stronger. And now, we will show no mercy. By Ethel and Kamaravi's lives, I swear! I'll make you pay!
You Ouroboros brats! Come on, then! This time, you shall tremble before our perfection!
I will show you perfection by beating your face in! Man, talk about an intense fight. Ethel and Kamaravi's final fight. Really, they went all out, as they deserved. But right now, we have to focus on Moebius O and P. And this is an interesting fight because they are the ones who are interlinked now. We are not the ones who are interlinked. It is, in fact, Moebius. So, in terms of the actual fight against Moebius O and P, they have a lot of arts that they have at their disposal. I believe it is a total of 7. And you just saw one of them right there, Rose Whip. It is a multiple hit AoE art that they use for everyone in front of them, so you definitely want to stay behind them. And an interesting particular little fact about this form of Moebius, this particular enemy, is because it's comprised of 2 individual Moebius consoles, O and P, you can tell which one is in charge based on how their posture. Like, look at it right now. It's standing up on 2 feet. That means it's P who is in control, essentially. P is the female console. So, like, essentially, you know how Noah and Mio, they both have Ouroboros forms, but they're distinct from one another based on who's in charge. Same thing here. You can tell who's in charge of the form, essentially, based on the form. So if they're standing, it's P, the female, and if they're on all 4s, it's O, the big fat one. So that's how you can tell, basically, who's in charge and what arts you might expect. So this one that they're doing, a gust symbol, I believe it is. A gust symbol is essentially their defensive shield art. So it has a small or a relatively small chance of completely deflecting your attacks, as well as raising their physical defense for arts that are in front of them. So again, you definitely want to stay behind them. It's very good for their arts to avoid damage, as well as to maximize your damage yourself. And do another one, another Rose Whip, just get behind it, you can avoid damage that way. And in terms of their particular stats, you are able to break them, but they have a 70% resistance towards that particular status. And they have a 50% resistance towards physical debuffs, but they have an immunity to ether-based debuffs. So you definitely want to have a more physical-oriented party for this. Or at least on the debuff side, you want to focus on physical debuffs, like physical defense down instead of ether defense down and everything like that. That is definitely the way to go about it. And in terms of their immunities, they have immunity to knockback and blowdown as well as ether debuffs. So that, right off of the top of my head, I can think that, like, that's Senna's Ouroboros form, like, pretty much mitigated. You definitely want to focus more on more direct sources of damage rather than those particular debuffs. It's not the biggest deal, but it is something to be aware of. And do another art. You're really fond of the Rose Whips. I believe they also did, at some point, Heel Stomp. Heel Stomp is a single target move that does a bunch of damage in a series of attacks. But this one, Grand Berserker. Grand Berserker is a front-facing AoE that does big damage, so you definitely want to get behind him if they're doing Grand Berserker. And Lunar Orbit, you just saw Lunar Orbit. Lunar Orbit is also a single target move, but it has the capability to do launch. So if they get that launch off, it is very dangerous because they also have a move that they typically use after they've done Lunar Orbit called Exalted Fist. Exalted Fist is a single target move that does high damage, but it also has the ability to smash, so it'll take advantage of Lunar Orbit's launch capabilities, so definitely want to be aware of that. And I believe there is another move. Oh, get out of that. Okay, yeah, that is what's going to happen. If you get caught up in their moves, they will take you down quick. I want to interlink ourselves because I don't want to go into the chain attack with the interlink form. And because we're at level 3, if we can get... Oh, if someone can break... Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, topple this guy. Oh, fantastic. We're at level 3, so we took advantage of that. We got the topple off. Let's cancel that. let's go into the chain attack right away. Take advantage of this topple and get as much damage going as we can. Let's start with Noah, and we'll see how well the same strategy will work. We'll just do Tyon, Izzard. It is an oldie but a goodie. It is just your plain old classic strategy. It's just all around very good. Want to use Izzard to do a bunch of healing because Senna is a bit low, and we definitely want to keep our healers topped up on HP. Very important. And for their forms, the way they do their arts, typically, when it's on all fours, is very, like, punching oriented, so Exalted Fist and stuff like that. That's going to be O's strategy, and then P, the female one, with a bunch of whips. That is going to be essentially how you tell. So if they're standing up, expect stuff like Rose Whip and Grand Berserker, I suppose. Like all of the ones that take advantage of the whips. And if they're on all fours, expect a bunch of heavy hitting punches. So you know what to look out for. Hopefully we can get Izzard, because I definitely want to get all four plus the Ouroboros form. Hopefully. Izzard, fantastic. And then we can use Tyon once again, get more damage. Cross impact, which we want to do when you're using Tyon, or not necessarily Tyon, but when you're using a character who's taking advantage of Ethel's sword fighter class. You want to, if you're using the power charge art, you want to alternate power charge with another art. So, because, look, Tyon has the power charge, like, little buff, right? It got that from Cross Impact. It will go away after you use your next art. So you want to set that back up every time you get rid of it, essentially. So we're going to do Null Slash this time and get that increased damage because of it. You definitely want to alternate, especially in chain attacks. It's an important thing to keep in mind, because in chain attacks like this, every bit of damage is important. So you definitely want that to be the thing. So we will do Noah and then Lands, and hopefully, unless Lands, does anyone have a top? Lands has a side break, so we'll hopefully get. Okay, we didn't get a side break, but that's fine. Chances of Noah being able to get above 60. Ooh, okay, good. 98, that is close. Let us do Mio, Senna, and then Tyon. I definitely want as much damage off as possible, because we're pretty good on heals, so we're fine with that. We'll do group heal and wide slash. A little bit of damage from Senna. And then we can do Tyon again. We'll do cross impact and overfall. Lots of damage from there. That's good. 200 TP right then and there. 300 total %, which is fantastic. And then limits unbound. Hopefully, it might be cutting it real close. I don't expect this to actually be the deciding factor, but it is a good amount of damage. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be able to kill O and P with this particular chain attack, though it was real close. Which is ultimately fine. Empress Chariot. Okay, yeah, that is another move. Essentially, that only happens when it's in... They're on all fours past their rage point, so past halfway, when they're in fire state, essentially. They will essentially charge in a straight line forwards and then backwards, and they will do pretty high amounts of damage to everyone caught in that path. So you definitely want to get out of the way. Do not go to the Prometheus school of running away from things if they're doing Empress Chariot. It's just not good. Right, you see, in that particular instance, I had 0, even though it was a boosted move. That was because of the shield. That was an example of our attacks being deflected. But this fight is over, and we are victorious.
They were perfect! How did they? How could they? How are they so strong? That damn noise! Shut up with your infernal beeping! Don't go telling us our time is up now! We were only just getting to the best part! I'll take these half-breeds and throttle the life out of them! I can still do this! Nothing for it! Go for full Interlink! Oh! Better brace yourselves! Cause you're gonna have a hard time stopping this! You're Ouroboros. Nobody's. You are nothing to Moebius!
Oi, oi! Things are looking pretty snuffed up!
No, something strange.
You'll never get away with this! What's this light? What's happening? What have we done?
The Black Fog. No, the annihilation effect.
What? Are you sure?
No, we have to get away from them. We have to retreat.
We're not gonna make it!
Oh, shit!
Mio!
I'm on it.
Huh? Mio, what are you...
This is it!
It's the only way!
Is it over?
Are we all in one piece?
Yeah. I think I've got all my limbs attached.
Queen's fingers, that was close.
Quite a snap decision there, Noah.
That was Mio's doing. I'm very impressed.
It was easy. I do know how you think.
Noah, can I ask a weird question?
Sure.
In that ceremony, you didn't send them off.
No, today's been a bit much. I'm only human.
I know, right? Well then, that's a relief.
It's wrong. That shouldn't be what gives our lives purpose. Wasn't there a different way? A better one?
Those two fought for their ideal. Something more important than their lives.
Honor? Or pride?
Satisfaction, perhaps? No, that's wrong. Something we can't put into words.
Yeah, but what? Can it really be that important?
I can't say.
Do you think they found it? That something?
Be nice if they did.
You think so? Seems so sad. Sleep well?
Yeah. Well, sort of.
Well, your eyes are red.
Hey, shut up. So what if they are? But I know what I have to do. Everything's so clear now.
Same here.
We'd better hurry. After all, the threat's not gone.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm?
You surprised me.
You did too. I didn't think you were the sort to take such a stand.
Sometimes we're left with no other choice.
Yeah, I think you're right. Absolutely right. What do we do about Ethel?
When things are settled, we'll let Colony 4 know. It's what she'd want. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, you're right. She'd be happy.
And with that, we complete 2 boss fights. 2 for the, well, 4 for the price of 2? By the reductive property, that's like 2 for the price of 1. Ethel, Kamaravi, OP, even though we didn't fight them together and they were interlinked. It was crazy. But we're going to ignore the Nopons and the gossip. We're not doing that right now. Don't even look at it. Don't look at anything except the sky. Okay, so Noah said that we have to go talk to Colony 4 when things settle down. And things have settled down because no one's currently fighting us. So that, I have never heard more ringing endorsement for side quests. So that's going to be next episode and probably several episodes after that. We're going to avoid going to the Keves Castle for a hot minute. You've had your fill of story. By my royal decree, we're doing more side quests. But that will be for the future episodes. So whether you watched for 30 seconds or the entire thing, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time for more delicious side quests. Later!